Alright, what's going on, everybody? I wanted to make this video for a while. I think I said I was going to upload a YouTube video like a month ago or something like that, but I mean, god damn if I ever upload a video. So I finally snapped and I was like, alright, I'm uploading this, or trying to upload it. Hopefully it turns out well. I hope you guys like it. I don't know if people still play Halo 5 or if they care about Halo 5 videos. I know, I wish I made this like 2 years ago, like towards the end of Halo 5, but fortunately not. So hopefully I can give my insight. Hopefully you guys like this. But yeah, so this video is going to be about just improving your overall general awareness. And there's like kind of different types of awareness. There's like personal screen awareness, like you're like right now looking at the screen, you have your radar, ammo, health bar, grenades, reticle, scoreboard, kill feed. Like there's a lot going on your screen, and awareness is more than just what's going on the map. It's actually like what your HUD, like what's going on in your HUD, because this is like your HUD. So my first tip or step to help you improve your awareness, and so this is more for like solo queue, and I mean it helps in team gameplay, but I mean most people, I mean everyone watching this video, I'm assuming you guys play matchmaking and they're not like on a team. I mean people like, you know, people be on a team and stuff, but majority of players are just playing for fun, or you know, want to get better and play matchmaking like we all do. So my first tip is abusing this radar. This radar is literally cheats. It's literally cheats, bro. Like especially, okay, let's say you're playing Team Slayer. There's just red dots moving at all times. Like you're literally cheating. It's insane. Okay, so when I'm playing like HCS, so in HCS there's no red dot when people are walking, but if you sprint, you know, thrust, stabilize, blah blah blah, it shows up. So when I'm moving around the map in the HCS, even especially in Team Slayer, my eyeballs, bro, my eyes are looking at the radar at all times. So like I know where my reticle is. Like I have good reticle placement, and I'm always have it you know, at the proper level, and I'm always ready to fight. So my eyes are looking at the radar most of the time, but I can also see the middle of my screen. I don't know, maybe my eyes are like, maybe I got like alien eyes or something, but I'm always looking at the like the peripherals of my, you know, the vision. So I never miss anything on my radar. It's such a huge, I see so many, even pro players all the time, go watch a stream and like look at their radar while they're playing and see how many times they miss something. I mean, maybe they won't, maybe they see it but they don't say anything, but there's tons of times where players will be like moving around the map and they're so focused on like, you know, I don't know, like just thrust sliding or doing whatever, that they lose focus of the radar. And that thing is, it's so huge. It's literally just an extra pair of eyes, and you can abuse it so hard in matchmaking, because people are always just doing like crazy stuff and like sprinting around, because I mean there's no callouts and stuff. So but yeah, so what I usually do is like when I'm walking around, I'm literally looking at the radar 90% of the time, more than my aimer, unless when I have to like engage in battles and stuff. But since I'm like more experienced, I know like the hot zones of the map. Like when I'm spawning here and my whole team's in their base, I don't need to be looking at my radar if I already know like they're fighting and like there's really no need. But then as soon as I jump here, my eyeballs are already on the radar, literally on the radar. Okay, they spawn bubble, maybe they're fighting and spawning. My eyes aren't even, I'm not even looking at my, like, I mean I'm looking at my screen, but I'm waiting for something to move on my radar. So it's like, it's such a huge thing, and you can, it's just, I've been abusing it for so long. I mean I'm sure everyone has, but I just wanted to give you guys like what I kind of do with my radar. Like I'm looking at my radar so much, and it's crucial if you miss something too. Like if you're over here and you're too focused, like, you know, zooming in, or like I don't know, and you somehow miss something and this guy sprints over your head for like 1 second, because like all it takes is like that little blip, and people miss that. It's like, it's super huge, especially if you're in their base, and because a lot of people off spawn will instantly start sprinting and there's a red dot. Like, you see it like my low radar. People do this all the time. Like I do it randomly. I always catch that, and they'll be like, oh, they spawned to the base. It's just, you can just abuse it super hard. I mean, it takes time. Like I don't know, my eyeballs are like, I'm literally holding, apparently I can look outside and look at my screen at the same time. I don't know, but yeah, that's usually what I do with my radar. I think it's a really huge thing. So another thing with the radar too is you can see your own teammates. I'm not in a game right now, so you can't see like the little the dots, but using your own using the radar for the other team is huge, but also your own teammates. Like there's so many times where you spawn and I'm walking out and you can see your teammates spawn on your radar behind you, and you can see where he's going off spawn. So like I said, this is like for solo queue and stuff because you have like no callouts. So you'll spawn and you'll see the guy spawn Eli, and you're running up the street, and like you can see which direction he's going as you're going up the street. And like someone might die here and be like, dude, where's my teammate? And it's like, well, he went Eli. You could see it on radar because I'll talk about this, the player icons soon. But yeah, you can see where your teammates are going off spawn, and it's super helpful when you obviously aren't communicating, because you know in a normal game your teammates be like, I spawned Eli, like going with you. But in matchmaking, no one's saying anything, and you gotta like make those decisions for yourself. And it's super, like, once again, the radar, it's an extra pair of eyes. It's literally built in the back of your head, so just abuse it. But that's where I use it in matchmaking too. All right, another thing is using your teammates the player icons. So the player icons are huge because it literally dictates what you're going to do on the map. I'm always looking at where my teammates are, especially when you die. I always flip through death cam a lot during matchmaking. It's like kind of a bad habit when you get into team games because you want to stay on your death cam because you're talking so you can see where people are going. But in matchmaking, you know, people don't talk, so you got to flip through the death cam and get as much information as possible. Like I'm literally I'm like flipping through like ding 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 ding, like just assessing like literally every fight. Like I spam through it to see like what's going on, and I'm like processing everything. I'm like, all right, he's yard, he's waiting, he won his battle. I'm just like flipping through, like spamming, and I'm like seeing everything and where they're fighting and like where I'll spawn. Like I already know where I'm gonna spawn while I'm flipping through, but I feel like most people know that, maybe not. But yeah, that was just a little side piece. All right, my next big thing is the kill feed. The kill feed is huge, especially in matchmaking. Like, there's just so much nonsense going on. Kids are getting world starred. First 5, oh my god, shit on. Like, kids, just get a grip, man. Kids are getting world starred. They're in your base. You don't know what's going on. You're like, did we kill Johnny Pickle Sauce 62? No, we did not. He's at the bottom of the base, just snapping your teammates' ankles like New Year's Eve. Oh man, it's just a shit show. So looking at the kill feed is like super huge. You can just see, you gotta remember people's names too. Like when you're fighting somebody and like, let's say, yeah, like Pickle Juice fires your teammate's car, you go back, you get pissed on, he's in your base, I don't know, just running around, getting cracked. And then you like spawn and you're like, you look at the kill feed and you see a beatdown or something. You're like, what? Like, did we kill him? And you just run out of your base and you get fired in the back of your head because you thought you killed the guy because you spawned in the flag, but in reality he's just still in your base. It happens so much in like people in matchmaking will just spawn and be like, eh, and they just like run out of their base and have no like, whoa, like they just don't understand like what's going on. And I think it's because of the kill feed. Like people, they'll see a kill in your base and sometimes it'll be a different guy. And they'll be like, wait, did we kill that guy? Like, all right. And they'll just like run out. But you gotta like remember the names. It's super important. If you like want, it's like a tiny detail, but I mean, it goes like such a long way, and it'll like actually help you understand like what's happening in the game. Also, the kill feed icon, or like the the beatdown, the medals, yeah, whatever, the like when someone gets beat down or like star, those are super important too, because you can also like assess like where people are on the map. So if you're across the map and I don't, okay, so I see my teammate's icon, his name is fucking Mike, and I'm over here and I'm walking up here and he gets beat down, I can already like, you know he's in P2 and he got beat down. So as you're coming up here, you're like, you should be looking here, or you already know he's in P2. Like that gives away free info. Instead of, let's say he gets starred and you saw him like on their street. I mean, let's be real, the guy's starring him from Eli probably. And these like little things you can just use in your head and just assume. And you probably hear a sound, but like this, I mean, a guy on street's not getting starred from here. I mean, you can get starred, but like, you know, they usually take a challenge that get fived. They're not getting 5 like from here to here, like super close, because usually they'll take a beat down. But like obviously it differs. People get, you know, you die different ways all the time, but there's like little things like that where you can get, you know, more situational awareness and understand where people are. That's what I use tips to in matchmaking. Like if someone gets beat down, I would look here and you can see where the red X is. Like, and you gotta be using the red X's. You see a red X and a beat down, I mean, where else would he's got to be in this general area in the last like second. So yeah, I think that's pretty important too. Just looking at your HUD also, looking at your nades. Like a lot of time people will think they have a sticky out and they'll throw a frag. I feel like this game changes nades. I forget when it happens, but it's also hella annoying. But yeah, your eye should be looking at different things. I feel like people focus in on the reticle a lot, and they're just not looking at. They don't look at the time. Like I mean, that happens to like all of us. Like well, like, but looking at the clock is huge for like power weapons and stuff, and like overshields. So yeah, you got to be able to like make sure your eyeballs aren't too focused on the reticle and pay attention. There's so much stuff going on. I mean, like I just explained so much. Like you're like, well, you can look at the radar. How do you just look at the clock? Like when am I looking? Like, I don't know. Your brain's just going crazy. But yeah, it takes time. But yeah, you're just like you should be looking at your ammo. Like I'm fighting someone bubble, and right now like I'm shooting and I can see ammo missing out of the corner of my eye, but I'm not even looking at my ammo. But like I can somehow see it. I don't know. So I already know like I can take one more engagement, and you can also get a feel for like the bullets. Like when you take a battle and you're like, oh, all right, I think I can shoot 5. Yeah, and like you have 5. Yeah, you're not gonna be like accurate every time, but you should kind of get that like feeling out. That helps a lot in individual battles too. And I think the last thing would be probably sound. I mean, it's like such a basic one, but sound is like a huge part of Halo 5. You can hear footsteps, and I mean, hopefully everyone's playing with game sound or like decent game sound. I don't know, people play like some bad speakers, but sound is super huge because you can hear beatdowns and stuff from like across the map, and that also helps you too. Like some guys here, like I can literally hear him beating down from my flag, and you already know like he's one shot, or hear shields recharging and stuff like that. Is sound, I use it all the time in like professional games. I'm sure everyone does. But yeah, so I think those are like the big tips I can give you guys about improving awareness in solo queue. Radar is the biggest one, especially because I haven't been playing too much. Like I don't play too much Team Slayer and all that, but like I've been playing it in the last like couple months for fun, or like quick play, and I'm like, oh my god, this radar is, my eyes are not even looking at my screen. It's literally just, I'm not kidding, I'm walking around like this. I don't know why my head turns, because it doesn't turn like that, but I'm literally looking at my radar. I'm not even looking at my screen. It's like, why do you need to look at your screen when you can just see a red dot come up? I don't know. So yeah, I think that's like the biggest one. Try to improve on that stuff. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, leave any comments. I'll respond to like everything. Let me know what kind of videos you guys want to see. I don't know if anyone cares about these videos anymore, but I actually like making these. They're kind of fun. I never really talk about this stuff, but yeah, I can make like aiming videos, like go in depth about your controller, like thumb placement, like stuff like that. Maybe that'll be cool. Or anything you guys want to see, gameplay, you guys let me know. Yeah, thanks for watching, and hope everyone grinds this, and it'll probably take a while, but I mean, I'm sure you just put enough hours in, you guys will hopefully see improvement. Yeah, peace out, guys.